Have you ever imagined a super smart AI cracking every code and snatching all the Bitcoin in the blink of an eye? Sounds like a sci-fi thriller, but here's the surprising twist. Bitcoin is designed to resist even the most cunning digital attacks. It's protected by something called blockchain technology, which might sound complicated, but it helps keep Bitcoin transactions almost impossible to hack. Picture a long chain of storybooks. Each time someone completes a new chapter, they lock it in such a way that every future chapter depends on it. If a sneaky person tries to rewrite an older chapter, they'd have to change every chapter after it, all at once. That's how a blockchain works. It's a series of digital pages, each containing transaction details that are all linked together with clever math. Thousands of people worldwide keep a copy of this story, so one person can't secretly change it without everyone else noticing. When you send or receive Bitcoin, you add a new page to this global story. Before that page is accepted, specialized puzzle solvers called miners race to solve a cryptographic challenge. This puzzle is like guessing the winning lottery number. Once a miner guesses correctly, it announces the solution, and every other miner checks it. If it's correct, the new page is locked in place. If someone tries to add a fake page, all the other copies reject it. This decentralized checking system is why Bitcoin is considered super secure. To hack it, you'd have to outsmart or overpower every person running the network, all at the same time. Now imagine you want to use Bitcoin. Maybe you're buying a digital sticker or sending money to a friend overseas. Instead of dealing with physical bills or gold, you have a digital wallet. This wallet has two keys, a public key like your home address and a private key like a secret password. You can show anyone your public key so they can send you Bitcoin, but you must hide your private key. If you lose your private key or someone else gets it, your coins could be stolen. That kind of theft happens outside the blockchain itself. Think of it like leaving your house key on a park bench. If someone picks it up, they can break in, even if your front door is still sturdy. The math that protects Bitcoin is called cryptography. It scrambles the information in each transaction so only the right people can unlock it. Hackers or powerful computers might try to unscramble it, but that's unbelievably difficult. It's like playing a lottery game where the numbers change every few minutes, and the entire network is always watching for anyone trying to cheat. Because of this constant vigilance, cracking the system isn't just tough, it's near impossible. It's not one fortress with a single door. It's a worldwide fortress with countless doors, and every guard is checking every other guard's work. Why is Bitcoin important? It lets people send money across the planet without needing a big bank in the middle. This can be a lifesaver for folks who live in places where banks are unreliable or hard to reach. Bitcoin offers an alternative system where users have more control and there aren't as many fees or delays as with traditional banks. Of course, this doesn't mean Bitcoin is perfect. It's still a work in progress, but the core idea, money you control without a central authority, is groundbreaking. Its security is what makes it possible for people to trust it, even though there's no single organization in charge. You might hear about people losing Bitcoin due to hackers. Usually that happens when someone tricks a user into revealing their private key or hacks the website that stores people's keys. The underlying blockchain remains untouched. It's similar to someone hacking an email account or tricking you into giving up your password. Email technology might still be secure, but if you tell everyone your password, that's a user error rather than a flaw in the email itself. Quantum computing is another concern. These futuristic machines might break today's cryptography much faster, posing a potential threat. However, Bitcoin developers are already discussing how to upgrade the system if quantum computers become powerful enough to crack its codes. Just like you update a smartphone app, Bitcoin software can also adapt to new challenges. Because it's an open project with many bright minds collaborating, it has room to evolve over time to stay ahead of threats. Bitcoin mining uses a lot of electricity, which is one of the biggest criticisms. Some worry about its environmental impact. Many miners are moving to renewable energy sources, like solar and wind, to ease this concern, but it's still a debated topic. Another issue is transaction speed. During busy times, Bitcoin transactions can be slow or expensive because many users are all trying to fit their transactions into a new page. This is where upgrades like the Lightning Network come in. It's like adding fast side roads to the main Bitcoin highway, making everyday payments quicker and cheaper without clogging the main chain. Despite these challenges, Bitcoin continues to fascinate people. Because it's spread out across the globe, it's extremely difficult to shut down. If one country bans mining, miners can move elsewhere. If the price crashes in one market, others might still buy. Nobody can freeze your Bitcoin if you keep your private key safe, which is especially helpful for those in areas with unstable governments or banks. Plus, the blockchain records everything that's ever happened. This public ledger is transparent, but personal details remain hidden behind cryptographic addresses. Using Bitcoin might sound complicated, but wallet apps handle most of the tough math behind the scenes. You don't need a deep understanding of cryptography to send or receive Bitcoin, just like you don't need to know how email works to send a message. All you do is enter a Bitcoin address, choose the amount, and click Send. Once miners confirm it, you're done. That simplicity, combined with the underlying security, is what makes Bitcoin both fascinating and practical. Of course, not everyone thinks Bitcoin will last forever. Some believe governments will create rules that make it harder to use. Others think it might be replaced by newer technologies. But so far, Bitcoin has proven flexible. Developers keep improving it, and the community proposes changes to address problems like high fees or slow transactions. Over time, it has matured from a small experiment into a global network worth billions of dollars. In financial terms, Bitcoin is still quite young. It's only been around since 2009, but it has already made waves in the world economy. Imagine a global village that decided to use shells as money. Whenever someone trades shells, the entire village writes it down. If one villager tries to claim they have more shells than recorded, everyone else says, "No, look at the ledger, it's right here." That's what happens with Bitcoin on a much bigger scale. All the miners, wallet holders, and node operators keep an eye on the ledger, making it nearly tamper-proof. Some people look at the wild swings in Bitcoin's price and think it's too unpredictable. Others enjoy the excitement, comparing it to early-stage tech companies. Regardless of your stance, the underlying security is what keeps the system functioning day after day. There's a reason it's called digital gold. Just like how gold must be mined from the ground, Bitcoin's coins are mined by solving those cryptographic puzzles. And just like gold, there's a limited supply, which fuels its value. The difference is that instead of pickaxes and shovels, miners use computer hardware and electricity. As we imagine the future, it's fun to think about how advanced AIs might try to break into Bitcoin's fortress. But for now, that fortress stands on the strength of everyone working together. You'd have to trick every single participant at once to rewrite the chain. Because each block builds on all the blocks before it, you'd be racing against the entire network's computing power, which is enormous. Even if you built the most powerful AI computer, you'd still face a global community ready to spot any suspicious edits in the ledger. This leads us to a fitting resolution. Bitcoin remains one of the most secure digital currencies ever created. Its decentralized design is built on the idea of constant verification and mutual trust, enforced by math. The chain of digital pages blocks cannot be quietly changed, and the cost of attempting to cheat grows with each new puzzle the miners solve. In other words, the bigger and stronger the network becomes, the harder it is to hack. While no technology is flawless, Bitcoin's security model has stood the test of time so far, inspiring countless other crypto projects. It might evolve, adapt, or even spawn new innovations, but the core idea, using blockchain technology to make transactions safe and tamper-proof, has already reshaped how people think about money. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comments. See you next time on Explain Like I'm 5.